Hey, hello folks. We're at must be Temple 8 now, and the next topic we're going to look at are the side effects of samadhi, side effects of concentration. Now, this topic's not talked about very much, but when a person enters into equanimity, and then the mind mentally transfers into the akasha of the meditation object, then arises within the meditation object. In the process of doing this, the essence of the mind, or the non-dual state of the mind, often referred to as non-dual light or monad or pure spirit, this substance is composed of the fire element. So as one engages that state, if their body is very, very cleanly stretched, that they have it tuned to the energy vitality, and they have resonance with the quality of the astral body as they concentrate, and the mind is in the equanimous akashic state, then the light of the mind, non-dual light, is going to filter back down through the mental, astral, and physical forms. So as it comes back down through these layers, fire element can increase within the mental, astral, and physical body. Now, the type of fire element that manifests during the practice is more of a fuel, where it gives the power of concentration. It powers the practice. But when that is left within the mental, astral, physical body, and the person returns back to a normal state, they'll be in an overcharged state. So there may be side effects of emotions like irritability, short-temperedness, the mindfulness is lacking, the mind is moving from this pure yang state and is fluctuating between electric and magnetic, and these fluctuations can be quite large. Even though the door to samadhi is equanimity, the type of light of the mind which arises from samadhi is a pure light fire energy. So this polarizes the astral and physical bodies, which generates fire element side effects. And to neutralize those fire element side effects, one needs to relax that light back into either a purpose, the bodhicitta, into an outcome, or they absorb it and store it within their etheric body. They don't allow it to vibrate through the mental, astral, physical outside of their sitting practice time, or their walking practices, or their rituals. So how you manage this energy will dictate whether you get side effects or not. Now, when you look at people who have very, very, very high levels of concentration, they tend to be rather sharp in their personality as a reflection of that high level of concentration. But if a person practiced more of Vipassana mindfulness practices, their personality would be much softer and much more harmonized and much more balanced, because their practice is not letting their mind touch their general day-to-day activities. So these Vipassana style of practices make a very beautiful, sweet, compassionate, gentle person. Samadhi type practices are much more suitable for people who isolate themselves in practice and not interacting with society much, and are much more in a high degree of focus. So this difference between samadhi type practices and Vipassana mindfulness type practices generate a very, very different personality type. And if you look at what your personality type is when you start, you'll naturally find that you will gravitate more towards one practice or the other, because your personality is already aligned to it. So people who are very, very soft, gentle people don't tend to be drawn towards some hardy, high concentration, high willpower practices, because that's not their temperament to start with. They'll be much more drawn to Vipassana type practices. So it's just a natural extension of resonance with the practice and the personality type. Okay, if you have any questions on any of these topics that we're covering, just drop me an email and I can expound on it. I'm not so much into the quoting sutras and quoting doctrine as such. I'm much more interested in the practical application of these things and how they work in practice, and the practical side of things. There's many scholars out there who can get into the doctrine of this. I'm more interested in the alchemy and the practice and the practical outcomes, how they fit into the causation chains of developing psychic awareness and how that leads to enlightenment. Okay, thanks for your time. See you on the next video.